The world today is April 1st, 2026. It's 11:18 a.m. and this is another stand-up, a 10-minute raw, unedited talk about what is top of mind. This is a public journal, and I usually talk about what are the most interesting things in the last day, or things I learned, or insights and lessons. So, what's top of mind? Yes, being here, being present. Okay, someone I like dropped this quote, and I was like, share your light, and it was like in a conversation that was just like small talk at a coffee machine in the morning, and then someone picked it up and they're like, oh, that's really great. What was that? And then I was like thinking about it, like, oh, what does that actually mean? It means like share your wisdom, your creativity, your presence with the world. Like, don't hide it. Like, your light. We are all like conscious and alive, and we're existing, and we all have brains and that are processing things, and we can use that to like contribute to like whatever the situation is, and be like open and be present. And if we don't allow things like fears or inhibitions or self-doubt or the internal critic to like take over. And I was thinking about, where did this come from? And I was like, oh, it's partly from like the artist way ideas there, partly from like some songs, partly from like various other sources that I can't even name. There's just very many. Another thing is hackathons. I think hackathons are so good. And if I can like professionalize that, my services, like, and like go after that, like, that's an amazing thing that will allow me to have this personal lifestyle brand that will allow me to like, accelerate and essentially fly, like in terms of like doing things I love, and learning and growing and being and making money through this kind of business of putting on events, hackathons. Like, I've been in this ecosystem of tech, AI, crypto, and like I have a lot of experience. And as a technical developer, like I have the insights that I can like, create these experiences and spaces and be this facilitator of this kind of thing, which I love. It's like doing Muay Thai classes is just epic. Like, this is what it's about. So today is April 1st, April Fool's Day, also first day of April cohort 2026. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yesterday I went to the co-working space and I did like a 4-hour block of heads down working. And what's been coming up about in my mind is like this idea of managing your energy, self-regulation. And that means like knowing like that your own excitement, dopamine levels, how to use them. They're not an infinite resource, and how you manage like boredom and excitement, and how you channel that to get yourself closer to your goals. That's called alignment. And if you're able to do this well, you're able to unlock your potential and turn it into actuality. So this is another thing that I've been thinking about, is like the alchemist. Like, I just happened to see like this reel about some anime. It was really good. Like, actually, I searched through my likes, and I didn't like. I didn't mark it as something. Yeah, I always like reels, and then okay, so this one I missed. But the key insight is like, you can't do this jump into like wisdom or wealth or whatever, because you haven't earned it. You have to like, and this really comes down to what our missions, our purpose in life is like to transmute the lower base metals, or so to speak, our potential or our abilities, transmute them into something great, into gold, into this beautiful device of change, a value generation. Like this is like what humans are about. Like this is what our spiritual journey is, or our journey in life is, or it's wisdom. It's how we want to get wisdom and evolve, or our souls, so we are not stuck in this like cycles of misfortune, unfortune, of ignorance or suffering and attachment. And yeah, it's like attachment is a tool also, like, so it's like, what are you attached to, and like what are the practices? Like there can be some, like today I woke up, I had like 6:30 alarm, and I was like, shit, I don't want to wake up, and I had to, like, I really wanted to go to the burn, and anyway, it's 7 a.m. It's like a group workout session, and actually today there wasn't one, so I showed up there at 7 a.m. The gym was empty, and I was like, fuck, okay. But anyway, I worked out anyway. But the point is, like, I got out of bed even though I really, really, really was like, I just went to sleep at like 1 a.m. I'm so tired. But yeah, my point is, like, I really wanted to like show up and like just go through the pain of all this workout and just afterwards feel really good. And like, but those are the moments, like, managing your energy, like you just know that you're going to overcome this hump, and at the other end there's going to be something greater, and knowing how to structure your day, how to structure your energy, how to control your energy to what you want to like bang on, what you want to accomplish. And like the first couple hours of the day is like critical. So like I brought my laptop, and I was like coding on as I was like doing my morning stretches on the yoga mat, and then I was like doing some lifts, and then I was like going back to my Claude Code instance and like banging out some new features that I know are like really important. And and then boom, after breakfast I'm like already set up. My app is like already building and deploying, and then after breakfast I'm like already like, so it's these habits. But also there's the negative ones. Like for some reason, like when I was a teenager, I think I got it from my dad or something. Like I smoked cigarettes, and it was actually like, and I just realized, like, I saw somebody smoking, and I was like, hey, can I get a cigarette or something? And then I smoked, and I was like, whoa, actually, because I hadn't smoked in like 15 years, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember like when I was a teenager, I would do this. And then it's the worst thing, smoking and like drinking. It's like the worst because it really, really, really fucks with your like dopamine systems. And it triggers, it like rewards you for doing this harmful habit, and it's so bad. And it gives you like a high, and it's like an excitement and dopamine thing, but it's actually like not really good for you. Like you may have like a short-term kind of enjoyment, but it's like afterwards you just feel like shit, and like it fucks with your dopamine energy system, right? Self-regulation systems. You could be doing something more greater with your life. Like you could be doing some certificates, or doing some work that's beneficial or like rewarding to you, or like you're learning, or like you're having an insightful discussion. So that's what's been on my mind. Another thing is like the little relationships you have with people. Like you really like, if you're able to like go out into the world and like work with people and like organize events and like create content and like build an audience, and that's how you really can have a big impact. And how that's how you're really using technology like well. If you're able to deploy like a piece of content in the right time, right place, and you do that every day, you get that into your you become augmented. And that's really augmentation and evolution of your consciousness, of your abilities, and of yourself as a human. So content creation is an evolution of writing, of being a speaker, of being a thinker, being an intellectual, or a creative technologist, an artist. So it's very, very part of the cycle. So that's 10 minutes, and ending it here as always, sending you good thoughts, frequencies, and vibrations this moment right now, because every thought matters. Yeah, that was like 5 seconds of good thoughts sending your way. So May you be free from suffering. Peace.